Almost 7 years ago, on October 7th, 2017, the state of the world was in chaos, with hundreds and hundreds of hungry Rick and Morty fans deciding to take to the counters of McDonald's restaurants for a taste of the legendary Szechuan sauce. But thanks to a marketing campaign gone wrong, fans turned into rioters, innocent workers were berated, and a permanent stain was left on the fandom of Adult Swim's cash cow. But how could McDonald's, a fast food titan known for serving up smiles to billions around the world, let down so many people? And why would a small section of the Rick and Morty fan base turn toxic over a dipping sauce? Well, that's where I come in. In order to uncover the truth, we're gonna have to travel back in time to the year 1998, aka the origin point of McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm licking it.
The year is 1998. Google was just founded, Valve released Half-Life, Seinfeld finally ended, good. Crystal Pepsi dominated people's mouths, throats, stomachs, and exit holes, or as I learned recently via a McNasty video, meatuses. Your older siblings would not stop singing Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, and of course, Disney's Mulan was released in theaters. Probably my favorite Disney movie ever, which says a lot because if I'm being honest with you guys, I really don't care a lot about Disney. Directed by Tom Bancroft and Barry Cook, Mulan was released to the public on June 5th, 1998, and performed decently well. And to coincide with the release of the film, McDonald's partnered with Disney to release not only a bunch of really cool Mulan-based toys, but a limited edition sauce known as Szechuan sauce. So Szechuan, spelled like this, is a province in China known for its spicy cuisine featuring garlic, ginger, chili peppers, and the use of an ingredient called Szechuan peppers, which aren't actually peppers. They come from the genus Xanthoxylum and have been used in China for centuries, mainly for medicinal purposes and for dishes, of course. While authentic Szechuan cuisine is known for its, savory, spicy, numbing, sensational flavors, McDonald's basically simplified that concept into a more accessible sweet and sour sauce with like an additional teriyaki flavor. So while the sauce was inspired by Szechuan cuisine, it was far less complex or authentic in flavor, with the name Szechuan used for more of like an exotic appeal. Yeah, there's your daily dose of history right there. Going back to the Mulan campaign, once the promotional period for the film ended, McDonald's discontinued the sauce. Now, I was born in 1999, great year by the way, so I definitely wasn't around in 1998. Hell, I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's nutsack yet when McDonald's first introduced the Szechuan dipping sauce. Even if I had been alive, I would have been way too young to try the sauce. But let's be real for a second. If that sauce was truly amazing, wouldn't people have complained to McDonald's about it being gone? I mean, sure, there might have been some fans back in the day who were genuinely upset when it disappeared. But for almost 2 decades, there was a little mention of this legendary Szechuan sauce. Maybe there wasn't enough pushback from fans at the time to warrant a revival. But that takes us to 2017.
I want that Mulan McNugget sauce, Morty! That's my series arc, Morty!
The year is 2017. Yeah, that's right, we fast traveled. We can do that. Adult Swim's Rick and Morty is taking the world by storm with 2 incredible seasons and thousands of fans eagerly waiting for a season 3 announcement. But before anyone could scratch their balls and smell it, Adult Swim gifted fans a marathon of the first episode of season 3 on April Fool's Day in 2017. This episode, The Rick Shank Redemption, would go on to be responsible for what I like to call a global catastrophe. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating just a little bit when I say major global catastrophe, but let's just pretend for a quick second that this Szechuan sauce really did cause the end of the world for some. To briefly summarize this episode, Galactic Federation agent Cornelius Daniel dives into Rick's mind to extract crucial information, like his portal gun formula. On their way to Rick's old house to retrieve the formula, they stop at McDonald's to grab some McNuggets with Szechuan sauce. Rick explains basically what I told you guys earlier in the video, like how the sauce was created in 1998 as part of a promotion for Mulan. As Cornelius shares a glimpse of Rick's tragic past, he declares that the Szechuan sauce is incredible. Meanwhile, Summer and Morty are busy trying to save Rick from the Federation. Fast forward to the end, and the Citadel of Rick's teleports into the Galactic Federation prison. Rick escapes the brain link and reunites with Morty and Summer. The Galactic Federation crumbles, Beth and Jerry get a divorce, and then we are treated to yet another one of Rick's famous rants in the garage. This time, he rants about taking over the family, making Jerry and the government disappear. and reveals that his entire character arc isn't about avenging his dead wife and daughter, but rather about finding more of that Mulan McNugget Szechuan dipping sauce.
I'm not driven by avenging my dead family, Morty. I'm driven by finding that McNugget sauce.
This episode played on repeat 4 hours on April Fool's Day and was even live streamed on YouTube. Now, in my personal opinion, which doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, none of this really matters. If the Szechuan sauce bit had ended after Cornelius's compliment, I personally don't believe Szechuan sauce would have taken over the internet. But because Rick made such a massive stink about the sauce to Morty at the very end of the episode, this moment in particular became the catalyst for what would eventually spiral into the Szechuan sauce riots of 2017. At least that's what I'm gonna dub it as.
Oh, yeah.
With the success of the Season 3 surprise premiere, discussions exploded across the internet. Fans expressed curiosity and shared countless memes and posts about the Szechuan sauce, with many demanding its return. Some fans even speculated that McDonald's would bring back the sauce just in time for the 2020 live-action Mulan movie. However, that never happened. Instead, we got COVID. The online discourse surrounding the Szechuan sauce quickly caught McDonald's attention, prompting them to play along with the Rick and Morty fandom. Then, on July 29th, 2017, co-creator Justin Roiland received a briefcase from Dimension C1998M, which contained a 64-ounce bottle of Szechuan sauce, along with a letter that reads the following: "Justin, we finally did it. It took months, but we've brought back some Szechuan sauce. We'll spare you the physics, but it turns out Dimension C1998M is a place where it's always 1998. 1998 every day. No smartphones, no social media. It's a weird, scary place, but they've got Szechuan sauce on the regular menu. So here we are, with some precious cargo. The Szechuan sauce you remember, and some souvenirs from some of the dimensions we tried along the way. We wish we could have brought back more sauce though, but we couldn't risk keeping a portal like that open. I mean, think about it. If you knew in 1998 that McDonald's would have an all-day breakfast in 2017, would you really want to stay in 1998? Of course not. If we left the portal open, we'd have puka shells, bucket hats, and boy bands as far as the eye could see. It's too risky, even for sauce as delicious as this. A few lucky fans will get to experience the glory, but the first bottle in this dimension is for you. Stay swifty, Chef Mike." And just a few months later, Chef Mike's words would come true. On October 1st, 2017, McDonald's took to their Twitter to announce that the legendary Szechuan sauce would be returning. What the fuck am I doing with my hands? Right, it's the Italian genetics coursing through my veins. I can feel my ancestors yelling at me right now. For one day and one day only, at select restaurants on October 7th. And not only were they planning to bring back the sauce, but they also swapped out the original packet logo for a Rick and Morty inspired design, complete with a limited edition poster, which, I'm not gonna lie, the poster looks really cool. Kinda wish I got my hands on one of these. Fans were ecstatic, finally getting the chance to try the infamous sauce. In preparation for the big day, people began camping outside their local restaurants, itching to be some of the first to taste the new batch. But did McDonald's provide enough sauce packets and posters for everyone? On October 7th, 2017, neither the internet nor McDonald's was prepared for what was lurking around the corner. Hundreds of Rick and Morty fans lined up at restaurants, desperate for a taste of a sauce that has been hyped up as if it were the blood of Jesus Christ or something. Unfortunately, not every customer on this particular day would leave happy or loving it. McDonald's severely underestimated the sheer size of the Rick and Morty fandom. Across the US, hundreds of fans stood in line for hours only to realize that the sauce was gone. McDonald's did not produce enough sauce packets to sustain the large angry mob of Rick and Morty fans, and just average consumers in general who were very curious about the sauce. This sparked chaos. People screamed, yelled, berated innocent cashiers, held up signs, and while I can't show a number of clips taken on this particular day because they've all been licensed out, there's one popular video of a person, probably just playing a character, standing on the counter, losing their mind, shouting, "Pickle Rick! Pickle Rick!" Now, playing a character or not, though, it doesn't justify that kind of behavior. What are you, fucking stupid? There were reports of people jumping over counters to steal the sauce, fights taking place in line. The situation got so chaotic that police were called to several locations to manage the crowds. And while not totally confirmed, there was a rumor floating around, which originated on somebody's Snapchat, of someone at an LA McDonald's being stabbed. But again, that rumor hasn't been confirmed. I haven't seen any news sources cover that. But regardless, the October 7th Szechuan Sauce revival was a complete and utter failure. As tensions rose, people started tweeting at McDonald's, calling corporate offices, desperate for answers. And the following day, McDonald's took to their Twitter, promising to make things right. They pledged to release millions more Szechuan sauce packets starting February 26th, 2018, with a fresh new design, which doesn't look as cool as the Rick and Morty inspired one. Again, I really like that design, but it was too little too late. The hype for the sauce slowly dwindled, and while some greatly appreciated McDonald's for serving up more sauce, the damage was already done. The sauce returned one more time on March 31st, 2022, with another new look. However, the sauce was only available exclusively through the McDonald's app, and throughout the years since 2017, the sauce also debuted in China and Australia as well. So, who exactly is to blame for this fiasco? McDonald's corporate or the toxic portion of the Rick and Morty fanbase? Well, in my personal opinion, both sides are at fault here. McDonald's corporate clearly underestimated the sheer force of the Rick and Morty fandom and tried to make a quick buck by riding on a single joke from the show, leading to a PR disaster. On the other hand, a small but vocal portion of the Rick and Morty fanbase left a lasting stain on the series and its fandom. Though this very small toxic group doesn't represent the majority of the fandom, they unfortunately had the loudest voices on October 7th, trolling and creating chaos for the unfortunate workers caught in the middle of this debacle. Although we have heard countless stories from articles, news stations, and various Twitter users, I wanted to get some first-hand experiences from former McDonald's employees. What you are about to see are two interviews conducted with former workers, each with pretty different experiences. One employee, who wishes to remain anonymous, had a relatively tame experience and even brought some Szechuan sauce packets from the 2022 relaunch for us to try. And the other former worker will share some pretty interesting stuff. How are you? All right.
Sora. The place I worked at was back in my home state of North Carolina. I currently reside in Arkansas.
Okay.
I am almost 30 years of age. I am a rampant Kingdom Hearts fan, and I have slowly fallen down the rabbit hole of watching iceberg videos and things that prompt nostalgia.
Szechuan Sauce.
How long have you worked at McDonald's?
I was stuck there for 7 years.
Are you a fan of Rick and Morty?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. How come?
You see, the funny thing is, I wasn't until the Szechuan sauce epidemic. So when I was first working at McDonald's, I had no idea what Rick and Morty was. I think it was out, maybe, but I wasn't paying any mind to it. And then I was hearing rumblings about around the workplace about us getting some like new sauce as a tie-in. I was like, oh, it must be for the like live-action Mulan movie, but no, it's because of Rick and Morty. I'm like, what the heck is Rick and Morty? And whenever we got the sauce, I tried it and I didn't think it was that. I'm like, why are people going so crazy over this? So I looked it up and I found out about Rick and Morty, and then I was like, the show looks kind of interesting. So it's like went back and watched like the first season, and then boom, hooked.
It's interesting to see how you came into the fandom as the Szechuan debacle kind of took off.
Yeah, and honestly, for a moment there, I hated Rick and Morty because it made my life a living hell with that sauce.
Throughout your 7 years at McDonald's, how would you describe your experience? Good, bad, meh,
Sweaty.
sweaty,
Terrible.
terrible,
Hated it.
hated it.
Wanted to swear off the road every time I drove to work.
Was there any excitement between you and your coworkers in regards to like Szechuan coming back for like a limited time?
No. It was more dread that insane people were going to come in and freak out if they couldn't get it. I mean, I was excited because I wanted some, but that was about it.
Okay, so this is gonna go into the inner workings of my McDonald's in particular.
Okay.
The person that got me my job there was my mom, and she was the manager there.
Oh, okay.
So I worked under my mom. She loves that sauce.
Really?
And she was like, I remember as a kid, she was super torn up about it being like like just a promotional thing. So when she got the papers that said that it was coming back, she was super excited about it, and a lot of the older people that worked there were super excited about it. But I was like just barely in my like 20s. I was like, I don't know what a Szechuan is. Like, I saw the movie Milan, I thought it was great, but I didn't know they went that hard for the promotion for it back then. When it dropped, I don't know about every McDonald's, like take this with a grain of salt, but whenever we get a new item or new sauce, they allow everybody to at least sample it once for free. So like when we got into the crew room that day, they had like a fuck ton of nuggets and a bunch of the sauces, and they were like, "Okay, go ahead and try our new sauce." So I tried it, and honestly, it was kind of mid. I think it could have used a little bit more spice, a little bit more kick to it. It's like if you tried to mix the barbecue and the sweet and sour together. That's pretty much what the Szechuan sauce was to me.
So, launch day, the sauce is back. What was it like?
I don't actually remember if it was any different. I mean, people asked for it, but that was about it.
So would you say it was okay? Like another day of work?
I don't fully remember it, so it must have been just okay.
Okay, I remember that day in particular because I worked a 2 to 10 shift. It didn't get bad until about 5 o'clock EST, like around dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point until the end of the night, it was a Szechuan sauce, nuggets, fries, Szechuan sauce. It was ridiculous. Like, it got so bad that one of our managers had to drive out to a different McDonald's to go pick up more nuggets from their freezer. Like, we were running out of nuggets, like, because when I worked in the back of drive-thru. I'm not sure how McDonald's are set up where you're at, but the one I was at, you would go up to the speaker, speak your order, drive around, and then there's one person there to take your money and who was also taking orders. That was my position.
Mm-hmm.
We call it back booth. In back booth, you are also responsible for bringing up condiments and stuff in the big cardboard boxes up to the front if they need them. And also, you can if grill needs help, you can also like pop into the freezer real quick and grab nuggets and stuff and bring them up. I spent so much time in that freezer just grabbing nuggets that I missed a few cars that passed by my window. I think there was 1 hour where we sold over like 1,000 nuggets in an hour.
Jesus Christ.
It didn't help that the position of my McDonald's, we were in the middle of like 4 churches, 2 different schools, and I think it was either football season or baseball season. So we also had a bus of teenagers come in around 8 o'clock that night from a game. So it was hectic as shit. It was so hectic. It was bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was during the Christmas parade, because then the whole town is right next door to your McDonald's.
So, not quite as bad as what happened in California, but definitely very overwhelming and hectic.
Yeah,
okay.
Mostly because, again, my mom was the manager. She was not shy about kicking people the fuck out if they got rowdy.
I'm assuming she had to kick a couple people out?
There was only like 2 or 3 people she got onto, but they shapened up.
Okay.
I will say she's like a fairly large black woman, so yeah, no, they understood.
I know it's a small toxic portion of the fandom. It doesn't reflect everybody in the fandom, but the fact that people, because of this one bit in a Rick and Morty episode, went completely ballistic over fucking sauce packets, like it's just mind-boggling to me.
It was to me. That's why I looked up the series after I got home that night. I was like, "What is Rick and Morty?"
Did you or your coworkers manage to get your hands on some Szechuan?
Yeah, we stole a lot of it.
You stole a lot of it.
I stole the most.
You stole the most.
Yes, because I liked it. And it's still in my basement.
Is that the sauce right there?
This is some of the sauce.
That is some of the sauce.
This is all of the sauce that you deserve.
Okay. So I'm worth 2 Szechuan sauce packets from the real one.
Yes. And only if I also get to eat some.
I think we can do that. I mean, do you have any like final thoughts on just Rick and Morty, the sauce, the toxic fandom, like the entire situation?
I can give you a bit of information that happened behind the scenes after the buzz wore off.
I would love to hear it.
Okay, so as I said, when they sent us the sauce, they sent a ton of boxes, and they continue to give us a ton of boxes of this sauce after the initial buzz wore off, because it's hard for like a month, and then it kind of just tapered off. People weren't ordering it as much because I think people just got tired of it, and plus like the fad had died. And The thing is, they just kept coming and coming. Every new shipment we got in, there was like another 2 or 3 boxes of this sauce. So eventually, the shed outside of the store was just filled to the brim with boxes of this sauce that we could not get rid of. Because once it's at your store, it's at your store. Unless it expires, you have to keep it in the store.
Oh, damn.
Or at least in the vicinity of the store. And like, I swear, like maybe to this day, you could probably find a box in like a different McDonald's shed because they pumped this stuff out like it was like gangbusters. Like it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Your overall opinion on the sauce, does it taste good? Do you like it?
I mean, I like it. It's like better than sweet and sour, I guess. I save it for special occasions.
When looking at the Szechuan sauce chaos that occurred when the sauce relaunched and everybody went apeshit and crazy or whatever, do you think bringing back the sauce was worth the hassle?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it was a meme, but I think it was, if it was actually going to be that popular, they'd probably still sell it now. They would have done another relaunch at some point. It's not even a seasonal item.
Do you think the Szechuan sauce is ever going to return to McDonald's? Because the last time it came back, I think, was in 2022. Since then, it has not returned. Do you think it's going to return at all, or do you think like the whole idea of Szechuan sauce is just tainted?
When Rick and Morty have a movie, that sauce is coming back.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But the thing is, I don't think it's coming to McDonald's. I think it's going to Wendy's because Rick and Morty and Wendy's have like this insane advertisement chain.
You are so right.
I think the Szechuan sauce is going to come back, but it's not going to be under McDonald's. It's going to be under Wendy's. They might call it something else, but it'll taste the exact same.
Because they've partnered with Wendy's multiple times for commercials and stuff. You know what? If Wendy's does it, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it'll come full circle.
It really would.
You know what? Call it the Rick-tastic sauce. There you go.
There you go. Well, I could tell you one thing though. McDonald's definitely like underestimated the sheer power of the Rick and Morty fandom.
Honestly, what they should have done is had adult kids meals with Rick and Morty toys in it.
That would have been sick.
Like you open a box and you get a toy of the butter robot.
Oh my god.
Instead of butter, it's like you hold sauce packets.
Oh my god. Okay, you need to make this happen, or somebody like. I don't know if I'll put this part in a video. I might, but like, this needs to be a thing. I will.
No, put it in the video. Yeah. Maybe there's like some like Robot Wars people that watch them. Like, yo, make a packet holding robot.
Fuck it. Yeah. If any of you watching this, I will pay thousands of dollars for that. I don't know.
I will bid on it on eBay and probably lose, but I will still be very interested.
Do you like McDonald's?
It's alright. I'd rather eat Burger King.
Where could people find you?
Well, I have a Twitter. It's at SoraKeyblade999. On YouTube, it's SoraKeyblade. I think it's just 2 9s. No, it's 3 9s as well. Or you can hit me up on the other side of my username as Sora.
Well, with the interview out of the way, shall we try some of these sauces?
Yes, so.
As I mentioned previously, the anonymous worker brought along some of the 2022 Szechuan sauce packets for us to try. They also shared with me that they have an entire stash in their freezer of the 2018 relaunch packets with the black and orange label. However, the fact that they were willing to part with 2 of their Szechuan packets at all was very generous. So we headed to the local Mickey D's, grabbed some chicken nuggies, returned to our interview spot, and asked ourselves the ultimate question: was reviving a sauce from 1998 worth all of the chaos? I mean, it's okay.
I like it.
Yeah, it was pretty doo-doo fart, but anyways, that's about it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little McDonald's Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce documentary. As of this video's upload, Friday the 27th, it's actually my 25th birthday. Yay! Yeah, well, happy birthday to me, I guess. What did you get me, Ryan? Anyways, I had a blast putting this project together, and to be honest, I would love to create more of these documentary-style videos in the future, so feel free to drop some suggestions down below in the comments on topics you would like me to cover. Anyways, special thanks to the anonymous McDonald's worker and to Sora for taking the time out of their day to share their personal experiences with the Szechuan sauce fiasco. Sora's links will be in the bio below if you would like to follow them. But if you guys did go on to enjoy this video, do me a favor and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new around here. Click the bell icon to be notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. Follow me on all of my social links and join my Discord server. The links are in the bio below. Have a fantastic day, everyone. But please remember that the Szechuan sauce it's okay, I guess.